You gotta sit up here. Stop.
Hey guys, it's Ruby
and Haley, and we're back, and we're gonna be doing this video solely based on our half marathon that we just did this past February, I think it was. Was it February?
February.
Yeah, it was February. It's for Princess.
Right? Yeah.
It was the Disney Princess weekend, and we did the half marathon. So day one that we were there, we went to the expo. Day two was the actual day of the race. We woke up super early, and then we went to the park. And it's at Epcot, and we didn't know anything about Run Disney, like, whatsoever. So we decided to actually push ourselves way to the very front of the corral, without even realizing, like...
What corral were we in?
We were in G. So there were like 7 or 8 waves of F, and all the ones before that. So we didn't get to start until... I don't even know what time it was. It was really late, though. We finished in about 3 hours and 50 minutes. And, yeah, I mean, that was making... We said this in our previous video, but that was making 3 character stops, so waiting in line.
Bathroom stop.
1 bathroom stop, and we waited in line for that, too. 13 stops for mile markers to take a picture. And then... What else? Oh, we walked the last 3 miles. Like, yeah. Completely.
Didn't mention that.
Yeah, we didn't mention that in our last video. Completely forgot. But we walked the last 3 miles, and...
So I got horrible blisters.
It was to the point where she was about to, like, stop. She didn't want to keep going, and we just, like, we powered through it. We just decided to walk, take it easy the last 3, and we made it still on a pretty decent rate.
Not even a fast walk.
We were slow.
I was kind of limping.
I think everyone was walking at that point. There were a few runners, but almost everyone at that point was just walking with us.
About mile 10 was when we were really feeling the burn. Like, from not training enough properly, definitely in your legs, the groin area.
Oh, yes.
It was burning. It hurt. That kind of slowed us down, but really it was ultimately I slowed us down from my blisters. If it weren't for that, we would have...
I guarantee you we could have gotten right around 3 hours instead of 3 hours and 50 minutes.
We would have pushed through that. I pushed through that pain. It was the pain of the blisters.
She was afraid they were going to open up, and if that were the case, then she probably would have been just done, like... No doubt.
For sure.
I'll post the pictures in here from 1 through 13 of the mile markers because we did boomerangs for every single one on Instagram.
So the weather through the half marathon was really nice weather. I'd say up until about, well, I mean, it was still nice, but mile 11 or...
It started getting hot.
It started getting really hot.
But it was cloudy the majority of the time, so we got really lucky on our race. Yeah. So November is definitely going to be a challenge for us because I don't think we're going to get that lucky. No. We're definitely going to be sweating a lot more.
For sure.
So if you're not familiar with Run Disney, they have like medical tents every couple miles or something like that. Also, they have water and Powerade.
About every mile and a half.
About every mile and a half, yeah.
So along the race course, there are porta potties. Fun. So
yum.
So you definitely will want to use the bathroom before you start on the course. However, once you enter the parks, you can use their bathrooms in the park.
So much better.
A lot better.
It is very hot in those bathrooms, but it's definitely a lot more worth it using those than using a porta potty.
For sure.
I don't know. It's just, that's kind of how we work. It's a lot better. There are lines for porta potties too, believe it or not. So just, that's one thing that you should probably do, is use it in the park when you get a chance, because after the castle, after you run through the castle, I'm pretty sure there's bathrooms that didn't have lines. So it just really depends on where you're at in the race too. So that was just our experience. Between mile 5 and 6, you actually get to run through the castle at Magic Kingdom, which I think is awesome. I actually filmed that, so I probably post that up on here too. At about mile 12, you reach back towards Epcot, and after that, it's just like everyone's cheering you on. Like, you're so close, and you're so like, I can do this. It's only like 1.1 more miles. Like, I can do this, and it just makes you more motivated to finish. We also got these sports beans on the course. I think it was about halfway, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was about halfway. Usually they give either sports beans, like the jelly beans, or I think they're called goo gels or something along those lines. They're just more for energy, just to keep going.
And I didn't care for the sports beans.
They were okay. I mean, they definitely had a protein taste to, like, if you're a person who doesn't like protein powder and stuff like that, you probably wouldn't like them. I personally don't like protein powder. I have to find like a specific one that I actually enjoy, and I've yet to find that. So they were okay to me. So they had like a medical tent after you finish the race. It was kind of like a medical tent where you go and you can get water, ice, have things wrapped up. And overall, I think that's an awesome part about Run Disney, because they care about you during the race, giving you water and Powerade and stuff like that. And these sports beans keep you motivated, like keep you going. And then at the very end, they wrap up your ankles and your knees and stuff for you.
One thing that we discovered at our second race, the 5K, that we weren't aware of the first race, was the little what
boxes at the very end. Yeah. They give you a box with like a banana, the pretzels with the cheese, the really salty cheese. I know lots of people look forward to that. And they give you Powerades and stuff like that. But we got the Powerade on our half marathon day. We got Powerades and waters, but we didn't even realize that you get a banana, you get a chia seed bar type thing. You get a bunch of snacks. We didn't even realize that.
No.
Overall, out of the 2 races we've done, the half marathon has to be my favorite. I think it was just because it was more of a challenge.
Absolutely. But definitely the half marathon was by far my favorite. The medal was amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely challenging ourselves, knowing this was our very first race and we didn't have much training. So I loved it.
Me too. It's amazing. I love Run Disney. So that's why we're doing the one in November too. And today we were actually debating on whether or not we're going to be doing the Dopey. We're still
undecided. But back and forth. I think we change our minds every day.
Like one day I'm going to be like, I'm doing it, no doubt. And then the next day I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it.
I'll change my mind and say, well, I'm going to do it.
And then I'll be like, well, if you're doing it, I'm doing it.
Pretty much.
So either way, it's going to be a team effort. If she does it, I'm doing it. If I do it, she's going to do it. So we'll see. But overall, that was just our half marathon experience. You will see these videos every single time we do a run. So look out in November. We're going to do one for the 10K and the half separately. And then we're going to do one on the 2-course challenge as a whole, the whole weekend. So just look out for that. It will be a while from now, but I'm excited.
The Expo Center, I'd like to do a video on
showing what it's like going to the Expo. We will also be doing a haul video on all of our merchandise, including our pins, because we got to get our pins.
Yep. So if you enjoyed this video,
make sure to hit that thumbs up and comment down below any video suggestions that you think we should do in the future. And make sure to subscribe, because we always appreciate those subscribers. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.